Hello and welcome back in the Bricklink studio, and welcome back to another new update from our big cinema project, the biggest project right now in my city. As you can see, that's where we have stopped last time. The interior of that Theater 1 is almost done, and that's what we want to do. In today's update, we want to add all the missing parts, working on the walls and making it a very nice big cinema, so stay tuned. I have already started working on the next drawers using a lot of these black plates. As you might know from last time, it's not so easy to build up here because we have no real ground under it. We have that angled structure, the ceiling of the entrance hall, but you are not able to really push on top of that. So I have to be very, very careful, and I have ordered a lot of more parts here in black because I had not enough parts left, especially these bigger 2x6 plates, because they are big enough to get very fast done, but also not too big to have problems pushing down everything. As I said before, we have no real ability to push down, so it's a little bit complicated. But by the way, I have removed that already done part here on the left side because it makes it a little bit more flexible for me to work here. So I have the ability to push it up a little bit to really construct everything, as the biggest problem still is that I'm not able to push down because then I'm going to break the ceiling of the entrance area. So it's a little bit complicated, but I think at the end that's going to be a very nice addition to the city. And as you can see here, all of the plates are done. Everything is connected. Missing all the seats, but you can see that the overall design is done. I already started working once again on the walls, and everything is now connected here on the back side, making the building a little bit more stable. And also you can see one of the newer cables from the version 2 of Light My Bricks is out here, so we can have more light here in that area in a future update. But already it's very important if you're building big buildings to have an idea where to put the cables and not installing everything later on. And another problem you can see here, we have these little gaps here. That's another problem of big builds because it's a very big build. We have that very big kind of hall here, and a lot of the parts are under stress, and that makes it a little bit complicated to build up everything. So you have to be a little bit careful. You have to check out, you have to find solutions to make it more stable. That's another big problem you not see when you see the final product of a building like that. And so to make that big wall on the back side more stable, I have changed my mind. I'm not only using these 1x2x2 bricks, which is very good solution to build normally, as you can see up here, because they're very cheap and you really get fast to build up. But I added a lot of plates, as you can see here, in different sizes to make everything more stable, to interlock it more. And that's a possibility to make very big buildings more stable, remove a little bit of the stress, and removing these big gaps. As you can see, that's just popping out right now. It's a problem if you build bigger stuff, and that's something I'm really doing often here in my city. And so I have already found some little solutions to make some problems less. But at the end, it's just a very big building, and very big buildings just tend to have this stress on their parts, and so I have to find solutions. By the way, it's really getting stable here on the left side, and that's a very good solution because I had a little bit the fear that not everything is going to be like I want to have it at this end. So yeah, all you can see here, that's still the version 1 system. So we have a switch between the version 1 and the version 2 system of Light My Bricks. That's just because I had a lot of stuff from the version 1 left. I already started working here when I had no parts of the version 2. So we have a very interesting building here with 2 different kinds of lighting systems, but you have also the ability to interlock them. But by the way, I got some new minifigures for our community project. As you might know from previous updates, I have running a community project here in the cinema. You can send in your minifigures in city or in a cosplay fantasy style, and then they can be a part of our growing cinema here. If you also want to be a part of that community project, just send in your minifigures to the address you can find in the imprint here in the community tab of the channel, or also on the webpage brickworld.online. And be careful, you have to send them off into Germany, of course, so that's a very important part. Coming back to the cinema, you can see I already have done the last row, the most important row in every cinema. And also the wall is now up until to that corner. So I think it's more stable. Every light is included. There's some little parts missing, but the overall look of that big Cinema 1 or Theater 1 is now done. A lot of seats are missing. That's something we still need to integrate here, but I'm not sure if I have enough parts to do that in today's update. But the more important part, the more important goal for today's update was to really finish up everything, getting to the backside, building up that wall, getting a solution for that problem with that gaps, that stress gaps in the building. And yeah, that's the first time ever we can really see how big Theater 1 is going to be. And as you can see, here's just a little stripe in front of that cinema. There's going to be some, maybe office rooms and stuff like that. So we have a little kind of facade here with some windows. So we have a not so ugly, just maybe white facade here over our printed parts here. That's something I want to do in future updates. By the way, if you really like these printed parts, you can find them on my web shop. I'm going to link it up in the first pinned comment, but also in the video description. And you can find them on brickworld.online. And if you want to see the English shop, you can do just a /en for English, or also on German, of course. By the way, we have a lot of stuff to do here, and that's something I'm going to do in a future update to really hide that connection here between the black and these gray parts. But overall, I'm really glad that we have done a very big step in today's update. So in one of the next updates, we are going to build up the missing wall on the left side, on the back side, also adding the big roof on top of it. And I think that's going to be the biggest goal. And then we have just a little bit of stuff left to do, like the part here on the back side with the elevator and the missing steps. And as of course, which I told you just a few moments ago, the front side with these office rooms and the glass windows and stuff like that. That's something for the future, but I think a very big step has been done in today's update, and we have the most parts now done. And yeah, it's just incredible how it turns out. It's just like I wanted to have it. And at the beginning, when I started working here on the cinema project, I was not sure if it could be done like I want it to be, but now it looks almost like I have it in my mind at the beginning of that project. And I'm really glad. So if you want to see more of my city or other projects here in the Bricklink Studio, just feel free to subscribe. And as always, feel free to subscribe, not only, but also have some comments in the comment area. I really try to answer every comment. And of course, I'm really reading every comment. So stay tuned for future updates, and bye.